Okay, so the first card you have for your past is, death. Okay, so something's ended. This is the end, and it's final. It's a final ending. I think this is about love. I think things came to an end in love. So this is about love. Now, it looks like you had... if this is you, it looks like you've had some time apart before with this person, because I'm seeing a little bit of on and off through this. So you've been through a lot with them. You've been through this on, off, anger, separation, getting back together, trying again. You made a lot of sacrifices, I think, to be with this person. And I think for one of you now, it's 100% over. That's what the death card's about. No going back. That's it. I actually think this might be you that thinks that. You're like, no, it's over, 100%, no more. Do you know what I'm getting? It's like, no, I won't be spoken to like that anymore. That's it. I won't be treated like that. I won't be spoken to like that again. That's what I'm getting. And it's a little bit sad, actually. Not now, but I think they've treated you like this before. And I think there was a time when you did come back. You were treated quite badly. And then you kind of said, well, I'll try again anyway. And so I think to come back, you had to kind of turn your back to a lot of things that happened, a lot of things they did to you. I'm just getting that old saying, papering over the cracks. When people had cracks in the wall, they just wallpaper over the cracks instead of fixing up the cracks properly. But the cracks were still there. You can paper over the cracks, but they're still under there. And I think that's what you tried to do. You said, we'll just pretend that didn't happen, and I'll forgive them. But it was still there. It was still nagging inside you. The cracks were in there, but you were papering over the cracks. And I think what happened in the end was something was said. I think something came out. And I think that exposed all the cracks. You could see them all. It was like, right, this one thing they said, it was like this one final thing. And then suddenly it was like, okay, now I can see every single crack. They're all in full colour, 3D, all in front of me. I can see all these cracks. And it was like, this is impossible. I can't be here anymore. I really can't do this anymore. Enough is enough. I can't come back from this. And I think, so you walked away. It wasn't easy. But that was it. That's what the death card's about. This is it. And, the beautiful thing about this card is there is some beautiful thing in this card, or there are some beautiful things, I should say. I don't know if this is recent. It feels like it might be recent, or maybe it's not, or maybe you're just still feeling this, or you're feeling the aftermath of this, because you've still got some feelings, not for them, but there's still some hurt there, or, there's still some things you have to get over, I think. The beautiful thing here is there's a beautiful message in this. There's a white rose on this flag, and it's a wild rose. And I think what that's telling you is, it's time to be free. It's time to be wild. It's time to be yourself. It's time to be untamed. Totally yourself. And you weren't able to be yourself around this person. It was like you're a half person, because you had to paper over the cracks. You had to pretend that things were okay, and they weren't. And so you couldn't be yourself. You couldn't say things. You were trying not to feel things. That's horrible. You're saying, no, I don't want to feel hurt. I'm going to try not to feel hurt. But you were. And so, it's time for freedom. It's time to be yourself. And obviously, no one feels free right now. But this is about emotional freedom. So this is about your emotional freedom. Freedom to be yourself emotionally and express yourself emotionally. And you couldn't express yourself emotionally with them. That's the thing. You couldn't say, every time you said, let's talk about this. This is really hurting me. It was dismissed, or you felt as if you couldn't talk about it. And now you can be yourself. So, okay, this is what I'm getting here. They might be struggling with this. They might be struggling with separation. I don't know if you know this. Because, again, you've been in this before. What I mean is, you've separated before, and then you've come back together. So it might be that they're thinking, well, we're separated before, and we've come back together before. It'll happen again. So they might be thinking that. And, if you look at this horse, there's a bishop, or it might be a priest, and, he's begging. He's begging death. He's asking for another chance. He's saying, no, don't end this. I don't want this to end. I don't think it should end. I think we should come back again. So just keep that in mind. They might just have this feeling inside them of, oh, it's not really the end yet. So it's that kind of thing. It's like, oh, we've broken up before. We'll get back together again. Yeah, I don't think they've quite got their head around this yet. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So the next card you have your past is the Two of Swords. Yeah, so not a very nice card. So two different things here. I don't know if you're keeping this breakup a little bit quiet from people or from some people. Yeah, I'm getting family. There's family here, and it feels like maybe this ex, maybe they didn't get along with, or it looks like maybe there was some kind of division between them and your family. It might be something like that, maybe. So if this is you, maybe you're trying to avoid that kind of "I told you so" conversation. It's up to you. If you don't want to tell people, that's absolutely fine. You do whatever you think is right. You do whatever you think is right for you at the time. You know what's right for you. And I think with all this self-isolation, it might actually be good for you emotionally, because firstly, there's no excuse to see them, and there's no way to see them right now. And you know what? I'm seeing this a lot in the readings this week, and obviously everyone's separate from everyone else, but there's a lot of relief about that. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm actually glad I don't have to see this person and that person. And it's kind of like, oh, I can be myself. I can just be myself in my own home. I can sort anything out by myself. I can get myself together without any interference. If I feel like having a bad day and just kind of slobbing around, I don't feel up to it, I can do that. I can still do my work, doesn't matter. Or if I feel a bit better, I can do other things. I can just be me. Again, with that rose, being yourself. And that's what this isolation's giving you. It really is, because you really need that space to think, and that's what's happening now. It's helping you, actually. And obviously this woman's got her arms crossed in front of her. She's got these swords sticking up beside her, so no one can come in front of her, no one can come near her. That's what you want. You want to be alone, and that's what you're getting. It feels quite clear, actually. It feels like this clear feeling. It's like, oh, finally I feel a bit clearer in my head away from this person. And you go through ups and downs, of course you do. But, you know this is the right thing to do, this separation. Death's final. It's what you want. Whether you feel a bit up and down, you still know it's the right thing. So that's what I'm getting there. So, yeah, the last card you have your past is, the Three of Swords. So, okay, yeah, it looks like the Two of Swords might be representing you, obviously, because you want to be alone. You don't want this relationship. You don't feel like anyone being around you right now. So that's you. And I think this card might be representing them, this axe, because they don't think it's over. This man's waiting, so they don't think it's over. And I think the longer you spend away from them, the more they realise what they've missed, I think. Yeah, they're just realising how valuable you are. They're just starting to realise this. And part of me doesn't want to say this to you, actually, but I will. Because logically, you don't want them back. I can see that. But if you're still going through, these ups and downs, and, there's always a little bit of vulnerability there until you're totally over someone. So there's a little bit of that there. So... But, also, if someone's been a part of your life for a long time, it can feel like, you don't have that leaning post next to you anymore. Like this man's leaning on this wand. You come home and you've got someone who's there, or you just pick up the phone and they're there. But then when they're suddenly not there, it's like you have to relearn how to live your life again, almost. It's like, oh, I'm learning how to live again. I'm learning how to do this again. So I think that might be what you're going through. And we're all learning that now, because people are missing from our lives. Things are missing. And we're all going through a little bit of a grieving process, actually. But we'll get through this. We'll all get through this, and you'll get through this as well. But yeah, they're starting to realise your value. This card's all gold. It's all golden. The sea, the sky, everything. It's all gold. But the thing is, you've always been gold. You've always been valuable. So why didn't they see it then? Why didn't they see it then? You were showing it to them. You were giving it to them. You were giving them your value. You were saying, here, have my value, have my worth, have me. I'm giving this to you. And they didn't recognize it, or they didn't want it, or they didn't appreciate it. And they can see that now. They can see that now, but it's gone. It's gone. This is death. It's gone. Yes. Lesson for them. Big lesson for them. Okay, so the first card you have your present is the World. Yeah, look at this. This is another reminder. This is how free you are. You're free. You're mentally free, and you're gradually getting freer emotionally. So you're getting there. You're absolutely getting there. Yeah, I'm getting pride in this card. Proud. It's like a proud feeling. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm so proud of them. I'm really proud of them. I think there's someone you're close to. Yeah, there's something you were looking forward to. It might be something like a wedding, or it's some kind of important ceremony. It might be a graduation. It's something where, you know, you're going to watch this and feel really proud for this person, or maybe you're taking part in this. I don't know, but you know, the World card can be about things that start quickly and then they end quickly. So it might be that they were planning this thing and you were planning it with them, might be that, and it had to end quickly, it was cancelled. And that's what's happening to a lot of things right now. So it might be about that. But if this is you, if you're disappointed, you know, what this tells you is you're going to have the opportunity to see this or participate in this at some time in the future. You are. Because look at this. This is telling us all something as well. We're all going to get through this. This is a laurel wreath. It's victory. It's freedom. Look at this woman. So we're all going to be free again. We're all going to be free. We're all going to be able to live our lives again. So it's going to happen. Victory, freedom. And yeah, I think when this happens, when this ceremony happens again, or whatever this is, I think all the people at this thing, they're just going to be that much happier and appreciative. Because I think when you've lost something, when you can't participate in things and then it's given back to you, you're that much more appreciative. So I think everyone at this thing is going to feel a lot happier. And I think we're all going to feel like that when everything's given back to us, and it will be. We're all going to be all that much more appreciative of the freedom, which is what the World card's about. And yes, something else here, you know, with the World card and the Two of Cups together. Yeah, so we'll talk about the Two of Cups here as well. Yeah, there might be some kind of reunion coming up. Now, obviously, it's going to be, you know, talking at this stage, phone or something like that, but eventually you'll get together. There's a reunion here. Now, I don't know, maybe you lived in a different place at one time. It might have been a different country, because this is the World card. It feels a little bit like an awkward reunion, I have to say. Yeah, I don't think you fell out with someone. It's not that. It's kind of like a drift. You drifted apart from someone. And I think you thought of them. I think you were thinking about them. And I think you were thinking about contacting them, but you didn't do that. Yeah, lots of awkwardness. Yeah, you haven't been in contact with a long, long time with this person. And yeah, I think you're going to get a phone call or a message or something from this person. Yeah, this is a friend. Yeah, this is a friend. And years and years and years ago, you knew them years ago. That's what I'm getting here. So, yeah, there's lots of healing that's going to happen between you. I'm just looking at this caduceus between these two cups, so that can be about healing. You're both really different people now, because this was so long ago. But yeah, it looks like you'll mend things. It looks like you'll mend bridges. Yeah, I think they've been searching, really, really searching for you for a long time, actually. And that shows me how much they really care about you, because they've been looking and looking. They've tried to find you. I think they've had a few problems, but there's going to be a breakthrough. That's what I'm seeing. And they're going to find you. They're going to find you and they're going to contact you. You know, I'm seeing a lot of this in this week's readings, people coming back together, talking again. You know, a lot of people are thinking, oh, maybe I won't see them again. Maybe I won't get to see them for a long time, months, maybe a year, I don't know. So lots of people are getting back in touch again. So it's really, really nice to see. It's really interesting how, you know, you think isolation is going to separate everyone, but actually a lot of the opposite's happening. It really is. Yeah, okay, so I'll talk about the next card, which is the Moon. Okay, yeah, this is making me a little bit angry, actually. Yeah, so, okay, so this is this Axe. And I know you don't want to hear about them, but this is what I'm seeing here, so I have to tell you what I'm seeing. So yeah, this card could be about things being all in your head, overthinking, nightmares, really thinking about things. So yeah, what's standing out to me here is all the twos. So there are two animals, there's a dog and a wolf, and there are these two watchtowers, and the lobster's coming right through the middle. So yeah, they're really mixed up in their head. I actually think they might be talking to someone else, but they're thinking about you. It's so crazy. So yeah, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting, oh, who do I pick? Who do I pick out of these two? I want to pick them. So yeah, it looks like they're around someone else, or they have been, but I think they're going to try and contact you. But see, this makes me really angry, because you're not here to be picked. You're not an apple on a tree. You're a person. It's really annoying. So yeah, look back at the Three of Wands. This is what I want you to remember. The Three of Wands. Look at that again. You're valuable. You're golden. I feel as if I have to say this to you. You're not in competition. There's no competition. Yeah, they're probably not thinking straight right now, but it doesn't matter. This is your reading, so I have to think about you. So be careful with this. Be careful when they contact you, because I think they will, because they want to pick you. And, I can't tell you what to do, but there are warnings everywhere. And the lobsters come out of the worst. Look at that lobster. So he's come out of the worst. He's come out of the dark water. And he's going to ascend. He's ascending up the hill. So remember where you're going. You're going up. And remember where you've been. You've been down in the dark waters. That's how it was when you were with this person. So just remember that. I wasn't going to tell you what to do, was I? But I just did. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so for the future, I'm going to go on with that now. I don't want to talk about that person ever again. Okay, so the first card you have your future is the Two of Pentacles. Anyway, yes, again, juggling two people, and they're all mixed up, like these two pentacles. They're unsteady. They want to pick one of the pentacles. So I'm not going to say any more of that, but it's here again now. So when I see it in lots of different places, that tells me that, yes, it's definitely happening. Okay, if that's you, if that resonates with you. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of unease here as well. And obviously this is pentacles, so this is money. So it feels like you're holding everything together. And I think this is a message. Yeah, I think this is telling you that you'll always be able to hold things together. You'll always be able to bounce back. Doesn't matter what hits you, you can always bounce back. I think that's what the message here is. Yeah, it might be that you're worrying about a crash, a financial crash. Because if you look behind this man, there are these two ships, and they look as if they're just about to crash. And everyone's worrying about this right now. They really are. But again, you'll always have that ability. You'll always have that flexibility. You'll always be able to take care of yourself no matter what happens. You have this ability forever. This is infinity. This is an infinity on this card. So you're going to be able to take care of yourself. Doesn't matter whether there's a crash or not. You're always going to be okay. That's what this is telling you. So if you're worried, that's what this is telling you. And I'm not going to pretend everything's fantastic. There might actually be some work changes coming up for you. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. I'm not saying it's not. But if it does, you'll be absolutely fine. You'll be able to hold it all together, just like this man. And yeah, just looking at this in the Temperance card, I'll talk about that here as well. So yeah, the Temperance card can be about rising up out of old things, rising up out of the ashes, the phoenix. So rising up out of problems. And I think you've done this before. It looks like you've been down financially before and you've bounced back. You see, you're always going to bounce back. And again, this is what this is showing you. If there is a crash or a problem or whatever, your worst case scenario, let's say, if that happens, there's relief here. Because this can be about healing and balance as well, again, rising up. So if this happens, it looks like there's some relief here, some financial relief or something like that that's going to come in. And that's going to give you some peace. If this happens, it may or may not. I can't quite see that. But if it does, you're going to get that peace, and it might actually be good for you, because that might give you a little bit of time and space to really think about what you really do want to do. Because if you look at the Two of Pentacles, it's juggling, it's kind of, the rat race, it has that kind of feel to it. So it might be that your work feels a bit like that to you, and this bit of relief and this bit of time might give you that time to think, what do I really want to do? So, but either way, whatever happens, whether there's this crash or not, you're going to bounce back. You've got infinity. So it's not going to leave you. You're always going to be able to have that dexterity, that flexibility to be able to bounce back. And if you look at the Wheel of Fortune, I may as well talk about that as well. May as well talk about everything. This wheel, it's turning around just like the Two Pentacles. It's turning around. It keeps on turning around forever into infinity. So when one thing closes or when one thing crashes, another opportunity opens up. So again, if you're worried about your money, your future, which everyone is right now, if the crash comes, it may or may not, but if it does, I think it'll open you up to even more freedom. Freedom to do something you really want to do. Because if you look at this wheel, it's up in the clouds, it's floating around, and you can't get any freer than that. You really can't. So, and that happens a lot in life, actually, and I think it's happening to all of us collectively. Being forced to change, it shows us new opportunities, new ways of doing things. It forces us to do new things. It forces us to think about new things. So, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, better things are ahead. You've got the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune together. So when you've got the two of those together, it's rising up and it's good future, it's good fortune.